So Joe Biden's talking about forgiving $10,000 worth of student loans. $10,000 fucking dollars. You know, Spalding University stole goddamn $30,000 to $40,000 away from me. Spalding University at Louisville, Kentucky. For 2 years, I made nothing but straight A's, and then there was some political shit. We were supposed to be a dynamic duo, but instead she's sitting there talking down to me, treating me like a fucking dickhead, and eventually, you know, what the fuck? Who the fuck can operate with some authoritarian polished shit? Just, we were supposed to be equal partnership, but she didn't go to the damn conference. She didn't go to the thing. But that thing really wasn't for her. It was just for the damn people to oppress us, and who gives a shit, right? I don't mind paying my college loans off if I got something for it. But not only did I not get anything for it, Xavier University and University of Louisville, I'll pay your college, you know, I'll don't mind paying those college loans off. Spalding University, you can fucking lick my ass, you fucking piles of shit, motherfucker. So whereas I don't mind, you know, paying my loans off, what the fuck happens when they are in breach of contract? I made straight A's for 2 years, some bullshit politics because I dropped one fucking asshole's fucking class. Apparently, if you're going to be a teacher, you got to be a fucking authoritarian piece of shit or you're not welcome. You're not allowed in teacher training. You're not allowed at Spalding University, at least. You got to be authoritarian, fucking right-wing Nazi pile of shit. You cannot allow one moment the teacher that I was assigned to, Miss Chancellor, and she probably has a fucking job making what, 30 to 40,000 every goddamn motherfucking year, being a fucking piece of shit, making sure she's not just uninspiring to would-be teachers, but uninspiring to, you know, generations after generations of students. So right-wing authoritarian pile of shit. That's all we're going to do at the public schools. We're going to sit there and make sure that a bunch of right-wing authoritarian motherfuckers get the power and the money, and then our children and our student, and they're not going to have any say-so, any power. Go to Sudbury model, and the student is on top. You want the student to be educated. That's the point of sending your kid to school, so that they become educated. Not just a babysitter, not just to put that person over there while you go do your job or whatever. So $10,000. What I want to do right now is just basically compare and contrast. You know, oh yeah, this is what? Che Guevara. This is motherfucking communism. Oh my God, this is fucking communism. Oh shit. $10,000 of how many, you know, places has free college? You could go to Germany and they give Americans free college. Why? Because they don't want to just educate their people, but they want to educate the world. We have what? Minds, bodies, and souls. So that's healthcare, that's education, and souls. The American spirit, the American dream, right? That's enough. But perhaps we do need some sort of atheist, some sort of secular, spiritual way. But essentially you feed a person's mind, body, and soul. Soul is a little bit more dicey, so we'll put that to the side. But mind and body, that's healthcare and that's education. So that's basic. If I'm the king, then I want my people to have good health. If I'm the king, I want my people to have, you know, intelligence and to be educated and know what the hell's going on and to be able to do their jobs well. I don't want a bunch of dumb, ignorant motherfuckers, dumb, ignorant, sick motherfuckers running around all over the place. So let me read this list off. This is just 25 goals that I had wrote because I have a bold progressive agenda that I want for America. And instead of getting Bernie Sanders, we got this fucking Joe Biden. So let's see how many of these things, because I know I'm radical and I want a bold progressive agenda. So if I got in there and started making a bunch of changes, then you could say, okay, oh my God, you know, here's socialism. Oh my God, the radical leftists are in charge. All these damn postmodernists, these socialist, anti-fascist, progressive revolutionaries are in charge. Free Mumia, Snowden, Assange, Winter, and Peltier, Economic Bill of Rights, FDR. Have we added any rights? How about a right to privacy, a right to water, a right to food, clothing, housing? Break up the big banks, pass Glass-Steagall. What about another crime bill? How about free internet for everybody? In fact, you want to go ahead and do free college for everybody? Just do free internet. Everybody can educate themselves with the internet. You don't even need college. Cut out all the schooling. Cut out. Plant 1 trillion trees. Get the Tubmans into circulation now. Get the Tubmans. Where the heck? I thought we were supposed to have Harriet Tubman on our damn 20. Instead, we got this motherfucking slave-owning, Native American genociding, And not only on the 20, look at the $1 bill. That motherfucker died and he had 300 slaves. Oh, you were just running 300 grown-ass men and women, treating them like chattel slavery to make a buck off of their sweat, toil, and tears? Their blood, sweat, toil, and tears? How about family and medical leave? Did we even get that? The war on drugs could have been ended by Penn, but hell, they're not even going to legalize marijuana, even though half the damn country's already legalized marijuana. And marijuana was easier to get in high school than alcohol was. Have we done an American version of Bitcoin? Are we even, we're a postmodern era. We got the internet. We have all this technological, scientific progress. Are we going to get out in front of Bitcoin, or are we just going to let Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies tank the dollar? How stupid. If we had a dollar version of the Bitcoin, then all the cryptocurrency just goes down. Now the dollar are we confronting human trafficking and terrorism and slavery and genocide everywhere it exists? We're the empire, 900 military bases in 150 countries. You'd think we'd be doing, something good. Are we doing anything good for... We do anything good for the people? How about the Employee Free Choice Act? We do anything for the unions or working class families? What about the unions? What about the right to unionize? What about the right to health care like Oregon and Illinois is trying to do? What about repealing the Patriot Act? We got rid of that damn intrusive thing. Oh no, Snowden's still in Russia. And Mumia's still in jail. And Julian Assange, we're bringing him to America in handcuffs. And what? I thought we're the freedom. I thought, we were attacked because of our freedom. How come we don't even believe in the freedom of the press? We don't even believe in the freedom of the press. Look how we're treating Assange. What, he uncovered some embarrassing information on the Empire? Fuck you, you piece of shit. Quit killing civilians. That's collateral damage, motherfuckers. Economic Bill of Rights. We're a capitalist country. Do we have a right to a job or a right to... No. Free college, cancel debt. You can cancel all the debt. That would just be... Talk about it, the best goddamn stimulus. I was actually looking at all the... One of my favorite pieces of legislation ever was the Homestead Act. Abraham Lincoln is going to pass the Homestead Act. If you just do an application, paid like, $20, $30 for an application, you get 160 acres free of charge except for the application fee as long as you took care of it for 5 years. Took care of it for 5 years. You need to get the seeds and the cattle and whatnot. But essentially, go out west, make your claim, apply to the U.S., and that program lasted for 100 years. Just 50 years ago, they got rid of it. But 270 million acres was redistributed, and you had about like 2 million different homesteads. So it was the most radical and most JFK, I want to say. He said it was the most substantive, the thing that actually did the job, right? So the legislation that actually worked, the most successful piece of legislation was the Homestead Act. It was the most transformative piece of legislation. So I would love, to see a felony animal cruelty, law passed, outlaw trillionaires. People are talking about whether or not billionaires should exist. Get rid of the trillionaires. We're $31 trillion in debt. I don't even know what the next fucking thing is past trillion and quadrillionaire. I don't like it. Let's stop at the trillionaire in homelessness. It's actually very manageable. There's less than, 1 million Americans. So if you have 330 million Americans and you just need 1 million homes, all you need to do is get 330 people together and build one home. If you haven't... I think that's, if you're a Christian, if you're a good American, you should build a home for a homeless person by the year's end. All we need is $5 billion. $5 billion. And meanwhile, we spend all this money on goddamn Social Security for a bunch of old motherfuckers to sit around on their asses telling everybody else that they can't have UBI. Yeah, everybody else has to hustle and scrounge for those lazy bastards. UBI. If we want to get rid of poverty, we're going to need to take a sledgehammer to this land reform, UBI. That's the only way. UBI is, both MLK and Milton Friedman. It's conservative and liberal. Land reform, the exact same thing. Land reform, the Homestead Act. Now we're an empire. Are we on the right side of these wars in Venezuela? Are we still fucking with Venezuela? What about Yemen and Palestine and Cameroon and Somalia? I haven't checked Cameroon for a while, but that dictatorship's been going on for 30 years. We got a small base there. Somalia, I heard there were some attacks there recently. Palestine, the apartheid is still going on. Yemen, there's still fucking genocide. So, I wrote this 2 years ago. What about Medicare for all or a public option, right? Because y'all kept saying, how are we going to pay for it? It's interesting, I support the Ukraine, supporting Ukraine against Russia's invasion. But it's interesting that whenever America says this is a priority, we have shit tons of goddamn money, billions and millions and trillions of fucking dollars when we think it's a priority. But for free college, no. Germany gives us free college, but we can't give free college to our own goddamn selves. What about health? No, we don't care about the lives or the intelligence of our own people. What about our democracy? Do we have instant runoff voting or ranked choice voting? Or preferential voting, which is all the same, the different names for the same, the best goddamn electoral system, okay? So if you want a parliamentary system, then do the parliamentary system. But we have a presidential system. And if you want to make the presidential system the best goddamn system where it's fair for the independents, and if it's fair for the independents, it's also fair for the Republicans and Democrats, then you need ranked choice voting. You need to do what Nevada's doing. You need to do what Maine is doing. But out of 50 states, only 2 states are actually doing true blue democracy. Puerto Rico and D.C. Have we adopted Puerto Rico and D.C.? You got China saying Taiwan is theirs, and you got Russia sitting there saying a part of Ukraine is theirs. Puerto Rico voted to become a state. They want to be ours. We have a military base there. We occupy them. They're our colony. Why won't we adopt them into our... They're nationals. So basically they're like one step, one hiccup away from being full-blown citizens anyways. And D.C., that's the nation's capital. The nation's capital doesn't even have a state to protect itself. No wonder January 6th happened. Turn D.C. into its own state. Turn D.C. into its own state. And get a capital city out here out west. Put it in Oregon somewhere. Let's have 3 capital cities and just have the president travel to 3 different capital cities, making all the other damn legislators and judges chase him around. Instead of just sitting there like a lame duck. And what about police brutality? Wasn't that the big thing with George Floyd? And did we get a George Floyd Act or in police brutality? No. We haven't done any of this shit. Redacted JFK files, none of this. Wealth tax, no. None of this. How about referendums in Latin and South America? How about instead of invading countries in the future, just give them a referendum? If they're like Puerto Rico and they say they want to become a state, adopt them as a state. We don't have to kill anybody. Y'all just like killing Iraqis. You just like killing the fuck out of it. You know how much money that fucking wasted? We could have bought Iraq. And we got Puerto Rico sitting there wanting us to goddamn adopt them, and we're not adopting them. You want to, roll back the empire? You want to be serious about ending empire? A lot of people like American leadership. So, give them the vote. If they want to become an American state, they got 3 branches of government, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and the government and all the rest of them. That's the best way. We take them over without firing a shot. We take them over without firing a shot, then we can drive all around, whatever nation, Mexico or Venezuela or Chile or Bolivia, whatever state wants to vote to become a U.S. state, we adopt them. They want to become a state. It all works out. Free internet, another crime bill. God, we ain't doing shit. This isn't even incrementalism. This is, incrementalism at a glacier pace. This is slower than a glacier pace. Motherfucking shit. This is like, how Joe Biden walks all slow and feeble? That's about how fast this, so-called progressive agenda is. We don't have land reform. We don't have UBI. He hasn't cut the goddamn war budget. This motherfucker don't give a shit about America. We needed a bold progressive agenda. America needed a bold progressive agenda. We're in a fucking rut. We're going down. We're going down fast. So yeah, this is the exact opposite of a progressive, revolutionary, a liberal. Joe Biden has been very fucking right-wing. Ever since I've been born, it's been nothing but right. Bunch of white right-wing fucking presidents. Even Obama said he ran the country as Ronald Reagan would. So he was a Reaganite. He was a Reaganista. So he ran the country like Reagan did. That's why you had all those drone strikes, and that's why he had all those deportations. And deportations and what the fuck ever. But freest country in the world, but not unless you're sick or ignorant or need a union to fight for your rights or So, no, Joe Biden is not a fucking left-wing anything. He's a right-wing conservative. He's so fucking right-wing conservative, it's not even funny. $10,000? You would think you would split the difference, right? College is what, $50,000? If you go to above and beyond, it's $100,000. So, you could split the difference. That's 25 grand or that's fucking 50 grand, right? Instead of just saying free college for everybody, forgive all student debt. But that, we can afford it. We can afford it. It's for America. So how do you hurt? You can't hurt America if you say, okay, Americans, you know all that debt that's crippling you? Because, yeah, you want me to pay for fucking Spalding University, a bunch of fucking right-wing asshole motherfuckers who fucked me over because I believe in Americans. I don't want to just walk into a classroom and start managing and oppressing them and telling them shut up and sit down and I'm the boss. No. I believe in freedom and democracy. And so I would have used humor. I would have talked about interesting ideas. I would have actually gave a damn instead of just worried about my paycheck and my power. And people have egos. What? I was valedictorian. I've conquered fucking American education. And I'm not going to send my kids to goddamn school. Fuck you pieces of shit. Y'all don't believe in freedom and democracy. You want some fucking prick who just got out of college. Some fucking teacher is shitty to that person in college. And then they're going to go and be shitty to your fucking student. No, it's the exact opposite. I'm going to send my kid to school because I want them to be, strong, smart, and prepared for the world. I'm not sending my kid to school so those, administrators and bureaucrats can fatten their fucking paychecks and pretend like they're doing something useful. Bunch of fucking lazy piles of shit. Yeah, right. Oh, $10,000 is being canceled. Fucking Che Guevara here, motherfucking Karl Marx. Oh, God. Joe Biden's a fucking Leninist, ain't he? This is straight up Trotskyism. Mao Zedong. Hi there, Mao Zedong. Hi there, Joseph fucking Stalin. Free college? Oh, my God. Free college. You know who does free college? Every fucking European country. Sweden, UK, France, Italy. Anybody who gives a shit about the minds of their own people. Again, we're just minds, bodies, and souls. And if our government doesn't give a fuck about our minds or our bodies, they don't give a fuck about our souls. So our government's just really fucking failing. And you know what? We know that. Our government doesn't deliver. Maybe our media could deliver. Our comedians deliver. Our pop culture delivers. When you go to the movie, you want to be entertained. When you see the comedian, you want to laugh. When you buy that book, you want to be intellectually stimulated. So pop culture has to deliver. Government doesn't deliver. $10,000 fucking dollars. Yeah, bafamgu. Fuck you. That's much ado about nothing. That's a drop in the bucket, a drop in the ocean. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. This is what the Democrats, right-wing conservative Democrats, fucked a Bernie Sanders, progressive, Star Wars, Star Trek, fucking goddamn, a great society. We could have had a great society under Bernie Sanders. Instead, we got right-wing Joe Biden, who's running the country like a right-wing fucking Reagan. A nice, slow, steady hand. No changes. No changes. Fundamentally, nothing's going to change. And guess what? That's exactly what he's done. Anytime we ever do anything, he's been punting and punting and punting. $10,000 and people want to bitch about it. You want to bitch about somebody got a $10,000 break? You know what I just read about Social Security? Those motherfuckers are making $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Y'all want to be fucking a bunch of dicks about $10,000? Meanwhile, you get $1,000 a month. Meanwhile, you get $12,000 a year. And all we're saying is with a pen, with the quantitative easing, just like all that money you gave to the banks, just like how you're basically financing everything. Give the people that want to better their lives a fucking break. And make your country better. America, don't you want this country to be better? Don't just forgive the debt for the students that went out there. Make all fucking education free from cradle to the grave. From the cradle to the grave. If you're 90 years old and you want to go study goddamn philosophy, you should be allowed to do it. And if you're 90 2 years old and you want to learn some welding, there should be some schools and programs and shit for you to be able to do that. You want to learn coding, you want to learn this and that and all the rest of it. Again, free internet. And then freedom schools, we can organize ourselves once we start to give a damn about ourselves. And actually educate ourselves. That's another thing about schools. All these teachers, all these fucking dickheads. Y'all pretending that you're teaching other people, but it's really just a PowerPoint and you're taking the power and the money. You're taking all the power and the money because I asked these teachers to go ahead and teach me. Now I want to know what you got. I want to teach you things. You teach me things. I'll sit and take every fucking note. You actually got something to offer? Oh, that's right. You ain't got shit to offer. You bullshitting motherfucker. Look at all this stuff. We're not going to get the trees, the Tubmans, the wealth tax. We're not going to get Patriot Act repealed. Instant runoff voting, ranked choice. Puerto Rico is another state. Free internet. Jesus Christ. You know, maybe you're saying, oh, I'm too radical and I want too many changes. Okay, let's just go down to 2 things. This makes Andrew Yang's Forward Party fucking brilliant. Andrew Yang's Forward Party says he just wants universal basic income, which gets rid of poverty, and it saves capitalism. So it saves the right wing, it's left wing, it's right wing. It's fucking brilliant. It's Milton Friedman, it's Martin Luther King. Universal basic income and ranked choice voting. New York got ranked choice voting because, you know, de Blasio, Yang, they like this shit, and it's fucking brilliant. And they didn't even have a good ranked choice voting in New York. You could do it way better. But it makes it genius. You want a better democracy? You want the American people to have a little bit of fucking coins in their pocket? You want them to have some coin and cash money so that the whole goddamn point of the economy is that people have to have money to be able to buy your service or goods. Economic Bill of Rights? What kind of capitalist wouldn't make sure we have Economic Bill of Rights? Okay, you don't have a job, you don't have a business, you stay on our street and you fucking starve. Then we should have a right to a job. Okay, I don't mind working. Do you have any work? There's no work, then how are you going to make me starve when there's no jobs around? Break up the banks, pass Glass-Steagall, JFK. We don't even know who killed our president. Fucking 50 years later, 60 years later. Hey, who killed your president, America? I don't know. Are you worried about it? Are you curious? Jesse the Body Ventura, he said he's got a name. So, yeah, I'm sick of these professional corruptionists. Government doesn't deliver. There's a reason why Americans don't have any faith in their institutions, because their institutions are a bunch of failures, a bunch of government bureaucrat, a bunch of systemite government class who just sits on their fucking asses, taking the government jobs, taking the government welfare. They know all the fucking loopholes. They know how to take it, and they take all the fucking money in taxes. Maybe dole out a little bit here and there. Make sure that all their friends and family have, you know, all the fucking government monies there is out to give. I mean, that infrastructure bill, fucking millions of dollars. Jared Polis, the governor of Colorado, is just passing out millions and millions of fucking dollars. Meanwhile, I'm not even allowed to get fucking LIHEAP. Why? Because I gotta prove that I have an indoor stove with a proper fucking address and this and that. Hey, I got, fucking firewood and shit because I gotta have, not kerosene, you're not gonna, okay, firewood. Motherfuckers made me get a goddamn firewood permit when I wasn't using firewood for heat. So LIHEAP wasted fucking money. So don't even talk to me about LIHEAP. Food stamps have helped me. Department of Education has helped me. Healthcare has helped me, here and there. But for the most part, my government, fucking local, state, federal, are a bunch of goddamn stealing fucking lazy piles of shit. They don't do shit for nobody, and they ain't even worried about it. They take our fucking, like a teacher, they take the power, they take the money, and they don't even feel the slightest bit bad about it. $10,000 fucking dollars just for what? A little bit of a stimulus? You're gonna bitch about $10,000 fucking dollars, you bunch of Social Security motherfuckers. Social Security is like 70 million Americans. Like 1 out of 4 Americans get UBI. So it's called Social Security. $1,000 to $1,500. Oh, I paid into that. Motherfucker, you didn't pay into that fucking much, and fuck you. That's not how it's not a program where you invest and it's not a 401k. You have 401k plan, motherfucker. It's a government program. It's a redistribution of wealth. It takes from the working class and gives to it's the wheelchair. There's a story about the old man in the wheelchair. The grandfather, you had the father pushing the grandpa out, and he was just going to leave the grandfather in the wheelchair out in the middle of the woods, and then the son goes and gets the grandfather and says, well, shit, the father is going to need the wheelchair, and so's the son, and so it's just going to be you're not preparing for yourself. You're not preparing. So anyways, that's what the point is. Social Security is that wheelchair. It's a redistribution of wealth at 67 years of age. You get to sit around and get that UBI. You get that universal basic income check. I'm just pissed off at the hypocrisy. How many of them motherfuckers collect Social Security, taking welfare, taking public welfare, taking our tax dollars, taking working class tax dollars, and bitch about the working class, and bitch about food stamps and people using it to buy pop and whatever. You know, it's Pepsi and Coke that lobbied to get food stamps. So you want to bitch about fucking, they're using it to buy pop, motherfucker? If it wasn't for those goddamn companies, maybe we wouldn't even have fucking food stamps. And we need food and water to survive. So what kind of pile of shit would be like, no, Americans, you don't have a right to food and water. If we don't have the money, yeah, okay, you can't just sit there and take, something that isn't there. But this is the land of plenty. We have fucking the money. We have the money for food and we have the money for water. All we need is a goddamn heartbeat. We need to give a damn and we need to coordinate this shit. We have a major coordination failure. 20 empty houses per homeless. 20 empty houses per homelessness. Because we got to protect the rights of the fucking banks. Meanwhile, not give a shit about that homeless man. I heard, well, that's enough for now. I heard a cop was supposed to, there was a homeless guy out there and a cop was supposed to check him out or something. I'm thinking, oh, fuck, there's a homeless guy out on a bridge. Is he going to kill him? Is he going to fucking kill him? That's what America does. What, give a shit? These Christians don't give a shit. How many of these hypocritical fucking Social Security motherfuckers take $1,000 and they'll speak up against universal basic income? Your own universal basic income. They'll speak up against Social Security. They'll speak up against socialism. Your own socialism, you socialist motherfucker. It's socialist as fuck, motherfucker. You can't get more socialist than here's a fucking fat paycheck so you can sit on your ass and not do shit. And then people are we're supposed to feel sorry for the Social Security people because, they're older and they're disabled and whatnot. But we're supposed to feel sorry for them because they're on a fixed income. So they only get $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month? $15,000 a year? I could fucking soar with $15,000 a year, motherfuckers. I've never had a safe or a warm home in my entire life. For over 40 fucking years, I never had a safe or a warm home. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. So yeah. Motherfucking $10,000, people want to bitch about it. Biden, it's not enough, you motherfucker. It's not enough at all. So take your $10,000 and shove it up your fucking ass, you piece of shit. I need to fucking eat for the rest of my life. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Give a man a fucking fishing pole, he'll fish for a lifetime. I don't need your fish, Biden. I need the fishing pole, motherfucker. So, yeah, the jobs, the opportunities, the universal basic income, the reoccurring checks, the nice Social Security checks. I don't know. I guess I got 27 more years before I get up there. So I just have to survive for 27 more years. I'll get a universal basic income eventually, but I'm trying to save America here. So that what I was trying to say is that Andrew Yang's Ford Party makes sense. He distills, maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too fucking radical. I want too many changes. I don't think so. I think it's fucking bullshit that a lot of that shit even. But let's get some new democracy and let's save capitalism and end poverty. You don't want to end poverty, liberals? You don't want to end poverty. Well, people with the Social Security, fuck those people. And not fuck those people. They'll get a UBI check. So they'll get a check. But it works so successful. Okay, then they won't get a check. Keep your Social Security and everybody else gets a UBI check. What the fuck ever? Make it fucking work. There's a lot of people in this goddamn country that need some fucking help, motherfuckers. You're seeing the empire, you're seeing the republic go down. So, if you're not part of the problem, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem.